Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Steve. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. As you can read in the title and as you can see on your display, it's about PayPal's launching the stablecoin. This has been the news and it's all over the internet. Now, what does this mean for the market? What is PayPal's current position? What are PayPal's competitors? How does that affect the crypto space? How great is that for the crypto space in regards to adaptation? Let's discuss all that in this video today. Again, PayPal is one of the most known traditional companies within the financial space. They are registered in multiple countries. They have a large following. They have a large consumer base and they're well respected in the space. You hear mixed reviews if it comes to PayPal because everybody seems to have like some sort of a bad experience with them. But the bottom line is that they're a registered company. They've been in the space for a long time. It's actually one of those major companies that was founded by Elon Musk himself, but then he sold it and they renamed it PayPal. It used to be X.com. Again, PayPal's will be issuing their own stablecoin. They'll call it PayPal USD or PYUSD. Of course, it will be pegged by the US dollar and it will be issued by Paxos. Paxos is a very much respected stablecoin issuer in the space, and as you see on their website, they already updated, PayPal being the latest. They're also working with MasterCard, as you can see, and as you see, their top token right now is the PY, the PayPal USD. They have their own USD as well, of course, and of course they have like an ongoing full-fledged marketing going on already. I'll put this website down in the link below. You can go through it yourself. It's a big deal for the crypto space and the traditional financial space because this just brings more and more adaptation and the use case for the blockchain technology. This is a major step forward for a well-respected and well-established company such as PayPal coming out with their own stablecoins and then also partnering with Paxos, which is a powerhouse as far as stablecoin issuers. They issued the stablecoin for Binance as well, BUSD. Before we get into all this, let's zoom out. Let's look at where we stand right now. Where does PayPal stand right now in the market compared to its competitors? As we speak, PayPal is ranked number 210 as far as market cap is concerned. It sits at 71.9 billion in market cap. We see that for the past years, PayPal has been in the red. Beginning 2021, 2022, and 2023, it's been in the double-digit red. It reached its peak like everybody else in July during the last bull market back in 2021 in August. That's when it hits its peak, and since then, it's been really just going one way. And this is not just PayPal. This is everybody else. You know, after that bull run, my last video, I just spoke about this. I spoke about the cycles. So as you see, it doesn't just affect the crypto market. Of course, it affects the traditional market as well. I spoke about the boom and bust cycles. If you haven't watched the video, I encourage you to go and watch the video, learn about the cycles within the financial markets. And this will help you a lot to understand how liquidity gets put into the market and how liquidity gets drained out of the market. Now, like I say, the past 3 years have been double-digit reds for PayPal, and its competitors, as you see, are Visa, which is 7 times its PayPal's market cap, and MasterCard, which is 5 times PayPal's market cap. Just one thing off the bat, Visa and MasterCard are way more established, have been around for way longer, have even a much more reach within different demographics and market cap. So they're not just going to roll over and give up. What I believe will happen is, based on the success of PayPal adaptation and all, MasterCard and Visa will be next, and they'll be the ones also coming up with their own stable coins. Now, let's talk about why are they coming out with their own stable coins. One thing I need to highlight here is also that stable coins is big money. Okay, stable coins are big business. If you're running a stable coin, you're making a lot of money. Here's an article on Tether. I'll post this also in the description below. Tether made 700 million just in 3 months, in 1 quarter alone. And to just put it in perspective, the top stable coin, Tether, on average generated more than 7.5 million in profit every single day last quarter. And also what I want to point out in this article, I'm not going to bore you by reading through all this. I'll always like you to read it on your own. But one thing I want to highlight here on how much money stablecoins are generating, and this is why this established financial institution institutions that are in the traditional market are getting into crypto and getting into stable coins is because they know and understand how much money is being made through stable coins. They already have an existing client base. They already have the required licensing and registrations. They're already a registered institution in the US. Getting into crypto and using the digital ledger technology is so much easier for them because they already are an existing company, well established, been around for the longest. So again, what I want to point out here is that these stable coins, they all have to be backed by either treasury bills, which you see here, cash reserves, bank deposits. I want to point out that close to 40 billion is in US Treasury. And the way these stable coins issuers print money basically is that they're buying these US Treasury bills. These are debts issued by the feds, by the US government, to generate money. And this is also one thing that will happen is whenever you see this happening, and this is why I made this video, is to show you that this is a green light, that we are just around the corner of an amazing bull run that is about to come, because now that you see the government needs funds, they're not producing anything and the taxes are not enough. So what they'll do is they'll be forced to start turning on their money printer again. And once they do that, they issue US Treasury bills, which are debts. And these large traditional institutions, usually that's how they make their money. They buy these debts from the US government and a fixed interest between 3 to 4% annually on large amounts of money. In this case, for Tether, it's 39.2 billion. And that's how they're making 7.5 million a day. With PayPal jumping on in this business, who doesn't want to jump in such a lucrative business, especially this early on? So that's why you see these traditional companies, they all want to jump in on these stable coins because, for one, it's very lucrative. Two, it's a win-win for them, and it also puts them in a green light with the government, because governments need companies like these that are willing to buy large amounts of the debts that they're about to start issuing. Like I said, the competitors are MasterCard and Visa. As we see here, Visa having 7 times the market cap and MasterCard having 5 times the market cap. And as we saw on Paxos website, they're already working closely with MasterCard here. And I believe, based on the success of PayPal, next will be Visa and MasterCard. They'll be next to issue their own stable coins. There's a lot of money to be made out here with the stable coins, and it's much easier for these well-established financial institutions that have been around for the longest, already have a large client base, already are in these different demographics, and especially they already have the required licenses in these different demographics that their services are available. So this is why you see these large institutions with large reserves that are actually getting involved with this. And to even paint a better picture for you, and without boring you too much with these numbers, second quarter of this year, I'm just going to go through the highlights. They're actually making money, and they're actually already using the revenues that they made to do buybacks, repurchase by these large institutions. What they do is they purchase back their stocks. So they had like 4.9 billion that went back to the stockholders. So obviously they said, hey, let's find a smarter way to generate even more revenue for our stockholders. And this is the best way to do it, is to get into stable coins. It's very lucrative, especially if you don't have to start from scratch. You're already well established. You have the required licenses from the regulators. You have a large client base. You're in these different regions already. So this is a great deal for PayPal, and I believe they'll do very well. Let's see how this is going to play out. But next, Visa and MasterCard are not just going to roll over and give up, but they'll be watching PayPal's actions, and then I believe they'll be the next to jump on these stable coins, because there's so much money to be made in this. It's a win-win for them and for the feds, because they will need large institutions with deep pockets such as PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, even Apple, and all these other large institutions with large cash reserves in the hundreds of billions to be able to buy all these treasury bills issued by the government. And usually before that happens, that means that they'll be printing. So the money printer is just about to get turned on again. There is no way around it. It just comes handy that one of the larger financial institutions is now finally running their own stable coin, which is a very lucrative lucrative business. And next will be Visa and MasterCard as well. I am sure this will bring so much adoption into the crypto space, and I believe we're in the middle of doing a reversal. The market is just about to pick back up with all these amazing news that is going on. And despite the crackdown from the Feds and the SEC, they are going ahead and bringing out their own stablecoin, and they can do that because, like I showed you earlier in the financial report, they did a lot of stock buybacks and all that for their stockholders, so they have the funds. And to make even more money for the stockholders, they're now getting involved into the stablecoin industry, which is very, very lucrative. There is not many competition out there yet, the largest ones being by far Tether and then USDC, which lost a lot on market cap already. However, after that is BUSD, but they're already got banned from the US, and the SEC served Paxos not to be minting their tokens anymore. So there is a lot of room for competition to come in. And it will be easy for these larger institutions that already are well established. So it will be so much easier for them to come in, establish their own stable coins, and then buy all these treasury bills, which are debts by the government, that they'll need these large institutions to buy it from them, as they will be turning on the money printer again. Because now what will happen is they'll have to stop raising the interest rate. The money printer will be turned back on. Liquidity will flooded back into the financial market, not just in the stock market alone, but especially this will translate into the crypto space as well, because all these speculative financial instruments such as cryptocurrencies are always the ones that really the most lucrative, and they the ones that really benefit the most once the money printers are on, once liquidity is being flushed back into the market. And it's perfect timing actually, because now we are nearing the end of the year. We are nearing April 2024, when the Bitcoin halving is just about to take place, and everything is seeming to be lining up perfectly for the largest bull run yet in history that we're about to face. The crypto adaptation will be wild. Now PayPal, one of the better known financial payment services, is now having their own stable coins. They're now big players. Their competitors, which are 5 to 7 times larger than them, are definitely not going to roll over and give up, but they'll also jump in on this and make sure that they also get a good market share in the stablecoin market. This is what this video is about. We all heard about it. We all know that PayPal is now coming with their own stablecoin, but I just wanted to highlight and pinpoint what this means for us, how lucrative the stablecoin market is, how this will definitely help in crypto adaptation. So yes, the news is PayPal comes with their own stablecoin, but I just wanted to dig in deeper beyond just the news and make us understand what this means for us, what this means for PayPal. Basically, it will be very lucrative for them. This means mainstream adoption in the crypto space, as they already have a large client base across the globe. Also, large names such as Elon Musk is behind this, because he was the original founder of PayPal. It was rebranded from X.com to PayPal when he sold his shares, and he has his plan as well as far as bringing global adaptation in the financial industry. So as you see, there's a lot of shakeups that are about to take place right now. Everything is lining up perfectly as we come closer and closer towards the Bitcoin halving. And if you have not listened to my last video, I was talking about these cycles of boom and bust cycles, bear and bull markets. These are cycles where liquidity is either flooded into the market or taken out from the market. And now we're reaching this point where slowly liquidity is starting to get right back into the market, and it's a perfect timing as we're closing in on the Bitcoin halving and about to pick up and get ready for the largest and most explosive bull run yet. It will be larger than the one we just experienced in 2021, and I just want to encourage us all to stay positive. I know bear markets are horrible, everything is sideways, we're in the red, it seems like nothing is happening, but all this wait will be worth it, because right now, as we see, adaptation is gearing up, and things are lining up perfectly, and liquidity is just about to start flooding back into the market. The Feds will not be left with nothing else but to turn on the printers again, and with that they will issue debts in forms of treasury bills. Large institutions with large cash reserves will be more than happy to buy these, and they have been buying these treasury bills anyway. So now why not issue a stable coin, back it with the treasury bills that you are purchasing anyway, and then make even more money through your stable coins, because stable coins, like we saw, is big business. There's a lot of money to be made in this industry. So this is the video for today. I hope this was informational to you. I want to wish every one of you a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, let's keep in touch.